mood for all things spring decorating, then you are in the right place. Today we are going to be continuing on decorating my home, and we will be decorating the kitchen today. So if you have not watched my two previous videos on spring decor, then you need to check those out. I did one that was a huge spring decor haul showing everything that I have this year. A lot of the pieces were thrifted, and just kind of giving some tips on how I would style those in my home. And then I also just posted a decorating video in my dining room that is spring as well. So be sure to check those out after you watch today's video. But I do have a lot of neutrals in my home. I use a lot of earth tones. So I use a lot of greens, blues. I like to mix textures and things along those lines. So that's what you will be seeing in today's video. So if you enjoy all things simple living, affordable decorating, and thrifting, I hope you consider subscribing today, because I would love to have you here on my channel. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this decorate with me. So the first area in the kitchen we are going to focus on is this corner over here next to the dishwasher, and as you can see, it's also next to the sink in the window as well. So I wanted to just spruce up the space and just make it look really pretty, because honestly I haven't really put much effort into decorating this area, but I decided for spring I want to spruce it up and just make it look a lot better. So the first piece I'm going to be using is this tray that I thrifted, and it was $6, but as you can see, it was originally a Pampered Chef piece. So this is a really great find and great quality piece. And then the next item that I'm going to be using is this little tabletop lamp from Target. So these are only $12, and they do come in several shapes and colors as well, but I really like this wood toned one for the kitchen. This next item I have is also from Target. It is part of the Threshold line and just the little $5 plants. So these are really great quality as well, and again come in different styles of plant. So just a really good piece to use as a filler in just different little areas in your home. The next item I have are these salt and pepper grinders. So these are secondhand to me, but I know they were originally from Amazon, so I can have these linked down below if you're interested in checking those out. And then last but not least, I have some charcuterie boards. So we do use these on a regular basis, and I wanted to keep them out on the counter, but I also wanted to hide these cords, so it was perfect for that. I just kind of layered them here, and I turned out great. So when I was styling this area, I decided it needed more color. So I thrifted this bowl a few weeks ago, and it is just a ceramic bowl, but it looks very aged, and I love the color of it as well with the brown tones and whatnot. So I decided to use this as a little bowl to hold produce in. So this is fresh produce, as you can see, and we do use these items on a regular basis as well. But if you like this look and you don't really go through a lot of produce, you can also just buy faux and it'll look just as great. And this is how this area turned out. I'm very pleased with it. I love the lamp. I think it just makes it feel very inviting, and it's just a really low light, but it's still very pretty. I wanted to add one more thing. So I have these kitchen towels that I bought at Target as well, and again I can have these linked down below, but they are a part of the Hearth and Hand line, and they're just a really thick flour sack cloth, but again with the blue in it. I love decorating with blues, so I decided to go ahead and hang one here on my dishwasher, and then later in this video I do hang one on my stovetop as well. Moving on to the next area, we are going to be styling just a little section next to my kitchen sink. So as you can see, I have a variety of brushes that I really love. You can find these at TJ Maxx and Home Goods, and they're really affordable. Most of these are anywhere from $2.99 to $3.99 depending on the size. And I also have a new Mrs. Meyer's hand soap, or new to me anyway, in the birchwood scent, and also a little wicker basket that a friend gifted to me. And I have a glass canister as well. So I wanted to add in these brushes to the glass canister so you could see them, and I just love the look of the raw elements and the wood and things like that. So adding them to the glass, you can obviously see through, and it just looks really nice. I think it just looks very like fresh and clean next to the sink, so I really like that. Moving on to the next area in the kitchen. So this is actually next to our coffee maker. I have two canisters here currently that have coffee and sugar in them, as you can see, but I'm really wanting to just add something a little bit lighter and fresher for spring. So I thrifted two of these glass canisters. They are originally from Home Goods, as you can see by the sticker. They were only $6.99, but at the thrift store I found them for $2 a piece. And then the taller jar there is from Walmart, and those come in a variety of sizes, and they are really affordable as well. I want to say this smaller one was only $5, but like I said, you can find these canisters at like TJ Maxx and Home Goods and pretty much anywhere, but I find that Home Goods and TJ Maxx have the best prices if you can't find them at the thrift store. So I decided to layer these canisters on this large charcuterie board that I have. I found that having the clear jars out with the coffee and sugar and oats that I have, it really just makes the space feel a little bit lighter and also adds in those raw elements that I like. And then last but not least, I decided to add in this little thrifted plant. So it is originally from Hearth and Hand, as you can see, but I found it at the thrift store for $2. Overall, I'm very pleased with how this area turned out. It was just a very simple way to make the space feel a little fresher and brighter in general, perfect for spring. We have a couple more areas that we're going to be styling. The next area is going to be next to my stove. So I do like to keep my cookbooks there on this little riser that I have. And I'm also going to be adding in some greenery as well, because adding anything green to a space also livens up the room a little bit as well. So I have an array of stems here that I have thrifted. I also have my magnolia cookbooks. That blue vase that you saw was also a thrifted piece. And then this little riser, I've gotten asked about this a few times. It is actually from Target, or not Target, it is actually from TJ Maxx, I'm sorry, and I think it was originally like $20, so it's one of those items that TJ Maxx just kind of has randomly. I've seen like these tones with like the wrought iron look and whatnot there a lot in different shapes and sizes, but this one I purchased a couple years back, so you might be able to find another one similar. Just kind of keep an eye out at TJ Maxx and Home Goods. moving on to the towel rack that we have on the side of the cabinet. So I do like to keep different textures of things on this side just to kind of sprucing it up again and just make it feel refreshing. And I change out a few simple things every season. So one being a seasonal wreath. This one was secondhand to me. I can't remember exactly where it came from, but I do know I got it secondhand. It just has some eucalyptus in it. There's a few florals, and then I also am going to be placing another Hearth and Hand kitchen towel on this rack as well, just to add a little bit of lighter color in. It's another flower stack towel, and that one was actually an individual purchase, and it was $3.99. Last but not least, we are going to be adding in some new spices into my spice jars. So if you're interested in these spice jars, I actually purchased them from Amazon last year. I can have them linked down below if you're interested. But you will see here in just a few seconds that we do have open shelving, or open spice racks, if you will, that my husband built in to our kitchen. So I like to keep my spices filled at all times because, again, it does add another element to the room. It is a raw texture, and I just really enjoy that. So technically it is part of our decor, and I noticed, like I said, we were getting low and it just looked really bare. So just wanted to refill these and make it look a little bit better. By having this filled, once again, it does have the elements of the herbs and the spices, and it just makes it feel very like warm and inviting, oddly enough, in our kitchen. So just keeping different raw elements out, I find that makes a huge difference. So spices is being one of them. Again, plants is another. Having different textures of towels and wood elements or metals or glass or anything along those lines really makes a huge difference when you're decorating a space. Overall, I am very pleased with how the kitchen turned out. It is very simple, which is exactly how I wanted it. It flows really well for our family. Everything is super functional, and we have easy access to everything that we need, like these brushes next to the sink. We have our oils out when we cook and things like that. So just keeping your decor practical can change like so much. So you don't have to go above and beyond when you're decorating. You can truly just keep it bare bones, but also make it really pretty. I feel like that's kind of my goal every time I decorate. Again, I want it to be practical, but I also want it to look nice as well. So you can do that very easily. You do not have to have a ton of pieces. You can just keep it the bare bones, like I said, and just keep it very simple. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it today. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new. I would love to have you here in this space. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.